Well, that was a quick little break because I'm back. Unfortunately, it was getting too dark to play ping pong, and my mom had to go to church. My dad is napping, so the old folks are all occupied. Is that rude, old folks? What do you call them? Not Mrs. or that's a name for your wife, Mrs. The old Mrs. That's where I heard it from, old Mrs. That's rude, man. Is your Mrs. Does she like being called old? Okay. Anyhow, I'm back. I was like, man, I gotta do more, man. All I did was make a little sound. That's not enough. Now, where were we? Here. Sorry about that. And here. Yeah, let's play our little thing. Beautiful. You know, one thing that I wanted to do was sort of kind of make like a little strumming mechanism. So let's go ahead and find what this guy's name is. Dungalada. Let's grab it. Okay. Okay, so he didn't go across and make like different chords apparently, right? Let's see. Chord. Okay, so we've got a G major. Come on, bro. All majors. Okay, well that's fine. We can do 1-4-5, which is, let's see, C, D, F, and G. C, F, and G major. That's fine. Okie dokie. So let's grab you. Grab you. And grab you. For the most primitive songs, 1-4-5 is just fine. There we go. And we got the F major. So if you know some chord theory, there are 7 notes on the major scale, and you can make chords off each of those notes. So let's just say C is your root note, the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the C would be every alternating note of the scale to make a chord. So that'd be C, D, E, F, G, C, E, G. That's your C chord. You can go further too and make like more complex sounding chords, but there's still a C chord. Like a C major 7 would be C, E, G, A, B, C, E, G, B. And then the 9th would be C, E, G, B, D. And then the 11th would be F. And then there is a 13th too. And then after that you cycle over again back to C. That's just simply an octave. So essentially it's great if you're a musician. The more music theory you know, the more happy you will be. You know, you don't have to have names to it. You can just like learn it. I just made it with another weird vocal noise, sorry. You can do it by ear. So some people are totally by ear, but trust me, they have a system, or else they just know it by heart, how music works. So 1-4-5. I guess you should attack it from both sides. You know, learn it with your ear and learn it with your brain. Okay, your ear is the doorway to your heart, right? So we've got these 3 coming along nicely, old boy. And we're gonna plop them in right here. Just leave the names alone. time they're going much faster. And C. Oops, there we go. Toss this over here. Bam. All right, so now we've got it by Jolly. What am I doing? Why am I clicking around? I don't know. I'm just like, just so lost, bro. Oh, that's why I'm lost. Okay, I'm gonna teach y'all how to not put your scripts in your HTML. That's what you do when you're doing like, oh, thank you, Copilot, you saved my bacon. All right, so what is this? Source JS main.js. All right, let's throw all our JavaScript into here along with main.js, but this isn't main.js, this is audio. Let's call it web audio. Is that enough? Web audio API. Okay, yeah. Oops. All right, so all I'm gonna do is cut this stuff. And now we're using, gotta do this on ECMAScript module syntax. That tells them, the browser, it's an ECMAScript module, and to load it up from here. So it's loading it up just like if we were to write it here. But you know, I keep making those funny noises. Sorry. It's like when I'm thinking and I change my mind and I go like, Okay, so where am I? I didn't make a file. That's the reason why. Okay, so do that. Bam. Paste that in. Whoa. Oops, I did not mean to do that. Control Shift. Wait. Shift tab, sorry. Shift tab will shift something, whatever selected, to the left by one indent. I was doing Control tab, Shift tab. Okay, awesome. So if that, you know, Shift tab, I did it again, does that, okay? Tab does that. Very, very nice to memorize those. Alt will go up. You can, whatever line you're on, it'll just bump it up. That's just holding Alt and up or down. Cool. It's definitely worth your time to learn these shortcuts in like a focused burst. Just to be like, watch a YouTube video of like VS Code keyboard shortcuts. I've done it, and it's like an investment. It like pays off way more than the time you used on it. Okay, so now we have semicolons. Do I have semicolons here? Oh man, now we can talk about formatting. It's not fun, but you gotta do it. Okay, so Prettier, I right click and I format document, and I'm using Prettier. Oops, I want to go here. And it's just a code formatter. It's nice. One of the most popular ones. It's a little opinionated, so if it does something that you don't like, sometimes you can't even help it, like in certain cases. In most cases, you can tell it what you want. So if I hit Control-Shift-P and I go to my user settings, you can see that. You can see I've added some stuff. I could probably put this in one object, but I don't care. Just to show how cool I am, I'll do it. Not cool, but I mean, you know, it's nice to know that config is your tool. You know, it does what you want, and not the other way around. That it's so scary that I'm like, oh, I don't know how to do this. All right, so you know the dot notation means that arrow parens is a key inside the object prettier, right? So we can actually just say arrow parens here, and it's the same thing, just said with a different syntax. And thank you, Copilot. So it's imitating that. It's great. I bet you it's going to imitate that. Yep. Love how smart Copilot is. Boom. And just because, you know, we're doubling them up, it's shaded, but watch this. Oh, I just got my butt kicked. Well, I have Copilot. Oh, in the correct location. Do I have prettier here anywhere else? Default formatter is prettier. For JavaScript, that's fine. Weird. So, yeah, these are just not used. I don't use Vim. Vim is just this old school thing. Some people swear, old school people swear by it, but VS Code is awesome, so don't worry about it. Anyway, I was just trying to be cute and, you know, do that, but I'm not gonna waste time on that because time is of the essence on this series. But I did want to show you that you can try to put, you know, try to conform configuration to the way you like it. Don't be afraid to do it. I could definitely make it work by just Googling, but I'm gonna reverse it and we'll move on. Okay, console, we don't need a console log. Okay, just cleaning up console log there. And we are back, and let's go ahead, create a couple more of these. And just to catch you up, we've been working on the web audio, using web audio API article from MDN. MDN's a great resource, along with web.dev from Google. Web.dev is new. I love it. I really like it. It's very modern. This is a little old school. Okay, but yeah, great content on both. This is more reference. WebDev tries to be like slicker and like also it, I don't know, it just feels like they're trying to teach you something. This is a little more like straightforward, but they are teaching us a lesson here. Okay, so we went through all this. Okay, you see, in our last stream, part 4, we did this ourselves using GitHub Copilots. So this is, we haven't really seen this, but we did it. So that was a cool little, you know, when you're a developer, you want to challenge yourself in fun ways as much as possible. So draw an audio graph, yeah, source media element, destination, context of destination, whatever, that wasn't helpful. Now we can add the play and pause functionality. So on play, let's just do this ourselves. Well, let's just take a quick peek for your sake and my sake too. They've got a button, add event listener, click. Oh, I see. Check if context is in a suspended state. Ooh, audio context.state. So remember that. There's a state property on the audio context instance. So it changes according to the audio context state. So it's like a flag. So if it is equal to the string suspended, then we'll tell the audio context, hey, resume. If play button.dataset.playing, ooh, that's different. I thought they might have a play button dot playing. Okay, if play button dot dataset dot playing is false, then go ahead and play the element, and then set the dataset dot playing attribute to true. So that's that data playing attribute. It's set to false right now. So, oh, I did make that weird noise again a little bit. It's just my breath's getting paused and squeezed. Sorry. Data attribute. Shoot, this is really important. This is so cool right here. So you can put whatever word you want in here. In their case, to put data hyphen playing, and that attribute allows you to store extra information on these HTML elements. Isn't that crazy? That's so cool. So in their case, they're storing a Boolean, false. But look at this. You could store numbers. Just call it data columns, data index number, data parent cars, data playing equals false. And so that is just like really cool, right? That's kind of such a unique thing, such a powerful tool. Okay, so that's what that thingy is. And of course, you have your accessibility attributes. You have all kinds of attributes on these HTML elements, and they just make the web technology so powerful. So, now to reference it, you actually have to go .dataset. That's not intuitive. But I mean, if you think of it as the whole set of data on the HTML element, yeah, that makes sense. And we called it, remember, data hyphen playing. So that's how you sort of translate that. All right, and then we switch that flag to true because we just started the element up. Else, if the play button dataset dot playing is true, it's already playing, then go ahead and pause it and set the flag to false. What's this little guy? Okay, this is funny because after the third parameter in an event listener, there is room for one. I usually don't do it, but if they're doing it, it's best practice. So we'll just take a quick look at that API, the reference for this manual, and search for what is this third parameter. Okay, so the first parameter is like, what is the event? Well, it's a mouse click. And then we run this event handler, we call it. And, it's kind of messy because they just made it an anonymous function. Normally you just put like the name of the function. And, yeah, you wouldn't put the parentheses out there. In the HTML, see, this is where it gets tricky. In the HTML, we did have to put this little guy here, right? On click equals play audio. But the funny thing is, so this is done with JavaScript. I'm sorry, that was completely wrong. This is in HTML, communicating with JavaScript. This is JavaScript communicating with HTML. Sorry. Right here. Where am I? Right here. Okay, sorry about that. We're in JavaScript right now. So it's so like second nature to me, but the HTML side is actually more novel and foreign to me. That's kind of funny. Okay, but I hope that made sense. If it didn't, it's no big deal. Okay, we also need to take into account what to do when the track finishes playing. Our media element fires an ended event once it's finished playing. So guess what? Add event listener, listen for ended, and then go ahead and... Okay, so if it ended, then it stops itself. Okay, so then we just change the flag to play button dataset.playing equals false. And remember, this is the reference to the HTML play button. So that's a lot to remember. So select play button, add event listener. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so select the play button. Alright, let's give it a little identifier like ID equals E major. Okay, I'm using hyphens because we're in HTML land, CSS land. And I'm going to go ahead, put this up here. Actually, I like to put the query selectors up there because these are just getting handles on stuff. So let's do const. Should we call it play button? Why not? I think they did that, right? So no, we made it. No, that's not it, man. E major. So they get element by ID. There's the ID equals E major. All right, awesome. I think I made that noise again. E major. Yeah, you could call it whatever you want. E major button, E major L. I see that sometimes for element, HTML element. But let's be specific and just call it the E major button. Just naming is hard. That's like one of the funny laws of programming. Like naming, you're like, no way, naming's easy. But actually to think of like the name, if it's an important thing, you know, like what's gonna convey its meaning the best, because those are the best names that it helps people understand your code. Okay, then we're gonna go ahead and add an event listener. I learned to put my event listener over here. So we're gonna just go window. That's that global object. It's like the top dog almost. I don't think technically or literally, but it's like the one that, it's a global scope for us. It's like everywhere. So we can just call it without importing anything. And we're using the add event listener method, and we're listening for the click. Okay, then we're going to say, a lot of people call them handle click in tutorials. Let's just do that for now. And then that false thing. Okay. So I'm gonna ask Junko. I'm curious. Sorry if I'm clacking the keyboard really loud. It sounds really loud. Okay, so I read it while I was flipping down. It's a Boolean indicating that events of this type will be dispatched to the registered listener before. Oh, I'm sorry, if it's an object. Sorry about that. No, we care about if it's a Boolean. It's a Boolean. It represents the use capture option. If true, it indicates the user wishes to initiate capture. After initiating capture, all events of the specified type will be dispatched to the registered listener before being dispatched to any event target beneath it in the DOM tree. What? If false or not provided, indicates that the user wishes for the event to travel the event dispatch tree normally without initiating capture. That's such jargon, dude. Come on, man. I need some more elementary explanation. Initiating capture in the context of an event refers to the process of setting an event listener to handle an event during the capturing phase. In the DOM event model, there are 3 phases of event propagation: capturing. The event starts from the top element, usually the window, and then descends down to the target element, triggering any capturing event listeners along the way. Oh, a capturing event listener. So we want to say false wishes for the event to travel without initiating capture. And okay, so we don't want to be this. Okay, so we just want target phase. The event reaches the target element and triggers any event. Okay, so it's sort of just going straight to, what are we in? The button, instead of going through the button and all down. Any other ones can capture it, triggering any other capturing event list or something. Yeah, we don't want that. That's more complicated. Okay, that's for like more niche use cases. Not for us. Now we better write this handle click function. So I'm gonna do some pseudocode. Pseudocode is always good to do. Sorry, that's my barbecue button. Oh my gosh. So what we want to do is play audio if not being played. Pause audio if being played. What else? Play, resume. Pause audio if being played. Okay, I think that works. So let's go ahead. This is not very... I don't know, that's all I can think of. Alright, so let's see. Play audio. No, bro. Oh, okay, we have a little utility function that we made. So an audio element, we have the audio tag here, and we throw it into here, and we got the track. That's a bad name. E major. Let's call this E major handler. And no, not button. So we're connecting E major. And let's actually go ahead and make this parameter. So this is our little utility function just to like to play audio. So what we need to do is supply the audio, let's see. Play audio used to be E major. So I guess, sorry, I'm not being very clear here, but the thing that's throwing me off is this. So let's go with our C major. delete the E for now. Because we want F major. We want our 1-4-5 chords, G major. All right. Always good to slim stuff down when possible. So now we need to give an ID, right? Now we're using ID because there's only one of each, so we'll call this major. Oh, that's a F. Okay, cool. Okay, so 3 audio sources, 1 for every WAV file. That makes sense. I was wondering if there's a way to use like 1 audio element for every source, but I just think that's the most one of the most granular levels. So it's none of that. Okay, now we can E major button. Let me think. It's definitely not E major. Let's do C major. Okay, wow, there's a lot of stuff. Okay, so I'm just trying to make sure I catch everything because those will drive you crazy. Now, what we want is C major audio element, okay? And it's actually get element by ID. This is just a play button. What am I doing? Don't know what I'm doing. Let's just call it play. Okay, play begin, sure. Where's my button? Yeah. I was just naming things wrong. Yeah, this is just a play button. It can play. Oh, I was playing the E major. Okay, let's just use C with it. Okay, so I don't know why I'm so annoyed by myself. You know, this is just how it is. Or how I code. I'm trying to be as fast as possible. Nice. So, let's see. Play button handler, for lack of a better thingy. Window and okay. Okay. So on click, go ahead and do this function. Play audio if not being played. Oh yeah, this is not audio element anymore. C major audio. Ooh, chord. Let me see. Chord. Okay, yeah, now we can play whatever we want. So we will say play if. Come on, help me out. Suspended. Audio context dot resume. Play audio. It's not clear yet. Whoa, why is it telling me the same thing? That's bad. Okay, don't be afraid to look. Check if context is in suspended state. Is that paused? Yes. Audio context dot resume. Okay, great. If really? I don't think audio context dot state has running. Interesting. What do they do? Oh, they're using that flag. But closed. Oh yeah, it doesn't have a pause. Running. Oh, and running probably doesn't mean playing. Okay. So that's the thing, that's a cool thing that I'm forgetting to do. Is to add, okay, they did it for me. Data playing equals false, on click. Okay, this is gone, because we put our JavaScript in here. Data playing, okay. That's that button, right? Dataset dot playing, right? Data playing is false. Then play audio C major. Play button dot dataset dot playing is true. Okay, so let's be smart about this. Play audio if not being played. This was something different. Zoom audio if paused. As you can see, GitHub Copilot is great at sometimes. Other times it's like, I thought you knew that, bruh. Come on, man. Oh, there we go. Else if play about button.data.playing is, if it is playing, then go ahead and pause it. Pause what? I think we need a little utility function because we need the chord. I don't want to disconnect it from the speaker, I just want to pause it. So I think we'll say pause audio C major. So what we're doing is just adding, and you'll get much more comfortable with this, we're adding like a layer of complexity. It is more complexity in order to give us at scale a better experience, because now I can quickly do this. What happened? Audio element. Crap. My brain just broke. So I'm cheating. No, I'm not cheating. I'm just too lazy to. Okay. Audio, yep. Okay, I'm just gonna Alt Shift and hit the down arrow to duplicate those. And that's actually F, and it's G. And C major, right? ID is C major, yeah. Okay, I guess I did not finish that. That's hilarious. Yeah, normally I like to be more, I don't like to be so haphazard. But I guess when you move fast, this tends to happen. So there's a trade-off, there's always trade-offs. I'll just let Copilot label that. And let's take a quick look. Yeah. Something wrong. Oops. I just pressed a weird sequence of buttons. Okay, so chord.play they're not liking, huh? What about y'all? Audio element dot play. Audio element dot play. Oh shoot, I just closed the dang thing. Control P. Control P. So Control Shift P is this super helpful sort of command line-ish tool. Control P is strictly for your files. So you can open it that way, or you can go back here. But it was quicker to just do Control P. So. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. Sorry, I just yelled into the microphone. Oh man. Okay. Yeah, that's my mom. She's off to church for practice, choir practice. She's a lead conductor, so chord dot play. Play audio. Okay, I think that's the problem. C major audio. Okay. Yeah, I just gave it the wrong. C major audio is that element. You gotta pass that into play audio, and then C major audio goes here, not goes here, goes here. C major audio dot connect, C major audio dot play. Okay, so let's see if that worked. Yeah, so this is what it's gonna tell you just because we have audio and it sensed that we had an audio tag on our page, and it's just saying, hey, don't forget, you know, because it's so annoying, we're not letting it start. So it has to be resumed or created after a user gesture. No problem, we get that. Chord connect. Running into some weird issues here. So how did we connect it to the destination? Track.connect. What was their track again? Audio context.create media element. Oh. C major. Wait a second. If I jump up here. Sorry. That's way too high. Jump over here. Where's the connect part? Track.connect. What is track for them? Audio context. Okay. C major. Alright, so they grab the audio element, they throw it in create media. Grab the audio element, throw it in create media, okay. Track is, oh, okay. Okay, so we gotta use C major audio for, yeah, this abstraction is just driving me nuts. C major audio. What was their problem? Chord.connect. Okay, so chord.connect, we're feeding this in chord. Play audio. It's right here, C major audio dot connect. Okay. Oh. Media element and what is this guy? What would we call it? Audio L. Okay. Let's just do that. That's the problem. So we definitely want to play the media element source. Let's be explicit, just because that was so painful. Nobody else should suffer in the same way. So we've actually got to have two parameters. So we have got to go here. Play audio C major. Okay. Let's just get that working. I was already thinking about, oh, I want to randomize it, you know, or make it not hard-coded, so to speak. Another layer of complexity, but you know, let's not go crazy. Let's just make sure this works. Oh snap! It's not a function. Audio element. Don't connect. Oh, did I get it backwards? I bet you I did. Victory there. Now we go ahead and I'm not used to the syntax. So I'll sometimes stick it over here. Whoa. Oh, okay. So you can put comments like at the end of code. It's kind of long, but who cares? So we got this if condition to test, resume audio if paused. Is that right? Audio context. That's not right. Entire audio context. Let me just check again because I don't want to do something. Break our mental model. Ooh, yeah. Oh, it's trying to play. If there is that autoplay policy that is suspended, then this resumes. But you know, remember that you're like, why isn't it doing them? You know, when I hit refresh, because we get this warning. Hey, no, I'm not gonna let you do that because the user has to initiate it. So I'm not sure why they put that in there, because I don't want to autoplay and annoy the heck out of my users if by some off chance I can. So I'd probably not like that. Okay, let's see if this is working. Play pause. Bloody error. So let's do that. Okay. And pause audio. C major audio. Okay, wow, that's so confusing. That's hilarious. Nice. Nice. And it keeps the spot where it was at. So, indeed, it is a true pause. Play, pause, play. Sweet. Alright, so I'm gonna... Oh. That's funny. Because I had interacted with it and I refocused on the web page. I think it played, so that autoplay was not in effect. or you know, the prevention of autoplay was not in effect. Let's try it again. Oh, strange. Oh. Whoa, that's so weird. Why is it bugging out like that? Oh my gosh. I put the event listener for the click on the window itself. I'm so stupid. So silly. Okay, no. We want to put that little click here on the button. We don't want to click here and do anything. Okay, awesome. Sweet. So, you know, that's a little exercise for you. It's not much, but imagine like having multiple buttons and being able to play different sounds. You don't have to have a click listener on a button. It could be on any DOM element. You can animate DOM elements moving around the screen. That's one thing that I think you should be aware of, is that DOM elements can be animated. So I think I'll do that next time. How to animate DOM elements. So I could like have a move or animate button here, and then I could have a div and just make it like have a background of blue and make the div like this big, and then I can actually make that div move around the screen when I click play or something, you know. Or you could have it listen to keyboard movements, like your up, down, left, right arrows, and then just move the div up if you press up, down if you press down, and left. So one really cool thing definitely to remember is that animation doesn't just happen in the canvas tag. So the canvas tag is sort of like video games, like where, you know, there's pixels and everything is in pixels. On the web, things are done with HTML and CSS, not pixels. Although pixels are used, you know, one of the measurements used, I can make this 300 pixels wide, right? But the actual surface of this is not pixels. It's not a, or you know, bitmap canvas. So like that canvas tag, you know, we have like full-on video games made in canvas. So like this is used for graphics. So it's extremely powerful. I believe Figma uses this for their FigJam, and it uses your graphics processing unit, your GPU, so it's extremely performant. So this is like a whole universe unto itself. You can make incredible web apps like and video games and stuff like that. So that's a whole nother rabbit hole, you know. But at least we did audio, and like I said, you know, let's do a little readme here. So you go ahead and just create a little readme using Markdown. Markdown is just, in a nutshell, imagine how annoying it would be if you had to close your tags all the time when you're writing a blog journal or an article. You'll see why, because all I have to do is do that, and I don't need what would I not need? A closing tag. So it's not really showing it. Do I have a Markdown extension? Preview. Markdown preview, 4.7 million downloads. That's pretty darn good, right? Okay. Is there anything we need to do to use it? I don't think so. I think this is like a super easy extension. All we need to do well, it was not that easy. Okay, control. Open preview to the side. Control KV. Okay, this is one of those multiple key extensions. You do Control, hold down Control, press K, press V. No, Control K, V. Bro. Control Shift V. Nice. Okay, so there's my headline just with that one little special symbol. So you do have to memorize this. But I could do like this is. You can put in links and stuff. Hey, where is it? Fresh. Oh, that's weird. Okay, Control Shift V, right? Wait. Before I do something stupid. Control Shift V. I want to open preview to the side. Control K V. Okay. Wonder why that didn't work. Oh, okay. You hit Control and K, and then you release both of them, and then you hit V. Okay, and then, you know, like this in here, spaces make a difference. But as you can see, writing, you know, and then this would be to make a smaller subheading, like a level 2. And you can go all the way to like, I don't know. It's too many, huh? Nice, that's the smallest heading possible. And there's all sorts of, you know, word processing style formatting that you can do. So definitely as you become a seasoned web dev, you're going to be seeing Markdown more and more and more. And Markdown is something that a lot of beginner courses don't teach you. So you're like, whoa, Markdown, that's scary. It's actually was, you know, created out of convenience, for our convenience. So what I'm going to do is just kind of jot down like things that I want to do in this series next. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, first things first. Okay, so when I say that fancy word DOM elements, document object model, that just means like HTML elements. And like I said, you know, a lot of people should really start animating DOM elements very early on in their web career. It'll give you a lot of confidence when it comes to graphics and stuff, and help you dip your toes way deep into CSS, and then later JavaScript and excuse me. There's also JavaScript libraries that we're going to use, like I think we'll just dive right into GSAP. That's a very popular one. And then after this, let me think. I'm thinking SVGs, great for graphics. For the chord, the graph, I'm sorry, the guitar fretboard is going to be designed in Illustrator and exported as an SVG. So Adobe Illustrator, baby. There's a free one called Penpot. Penpot is open source. You can use that. But I just learned Illustrator and I have a subscription to Adobe. So I'll just show you how to do it there. And then you output the the SVG from Illustrator. So it looks just like what you did in Illustrator. But now we can bring it into our website and throw on click listeners, and now we can click on the frets, and we will add keyboard navigation and stuff. So that's going to be super cool, and I won't give away my awesome game mechanic that I was thinking about. That's so cool, but after we make this, you'll probably be like, oh, I think I can make an awesome game out of this. Well, that's what I thought too. So if you know your chord theory, it's going to be a race, man. I don't know who's going to pump it out faster and put it on, you know, the game stores. So we're going to go ahead and create our guitar neck board. Is that right? Fret. saying? Neckboard, fretboard. Okay. And we'll add logic. Okay. So that's the way we're gonna go next. I know that I did say that we were gonna create a personal website for you, portfolio website. But hey, we're starting with the portfolio. The rest of the website, feel free to get started, make pages. Remember that we did talk about, how do I make a modular, how to make a modular menu bar with vanilla JavaScript, right? So let's just end that with some little research, just to peek ahead. So again, Google's your friend. What is it? Menu bar with vanilla. Ooh, you can make one with just CSS. Well, we want it modular. Let's build a responsive navbar. That sounds cool. Responsive side menu. Ooh, for the phones. Creating a clean minimal navigation menu. See, these all sound really cool. So that's only 20 minutes. This one's 6 minutes. 22, 20, 20. Nowadays, I do like articles a lot because you can go at your speed and just like we did with the web MDN, Mozilla Developer Network pages. We challenge ourselves to just not look and anticipate what we need and do it, or just scan it real quickly and then try to make it based on mostly our own devices now that we have the seeds planted in our head. That's just a pro tip to give yourself really nice, fun challenges, and don't beat yourself up if you need to go back and look, because regardless, you're building up your skills and it's going into your memory banks. So yeah, my recommendation, if you have time and you're interested, is to go ahead and, so the header is a DOM element that is semantic. It has meaning instead of div. Div just means like divider or dividing element or division, or I don't know what it means exactly, but that's like the most blandest term for like a container, an HTML element container. Header means, hey, this is the top of my website. So when possible, be semantic, because it's more accessible. It helps a ton with accessibility. So you're just helping yourself in the long run, because accessibility is something that is under, it's not addressed enough in today's websites, and that's bad. If you can think about it practically, like, I'll have more customers, they'll be able to go through my site. But, think of just them as people, and like, that's what I try to do, right? Because I'm like, I don't want to deal with that crap, but it's so important. Okay, make it a habit and you'll just do it automatically. So they've got their little logo there. It's H1. Now, if you've done some HTML, you might think, hey, isn't the logo gonna go across the entire, width of the page? Because H1s do span the width of the page. Well, I bet you they're gonna use Flexbox. And Flexbox is something that we should learn. Let's check it out. Yeah, display flex. Align items in the center. So it overrides the behavior of those elements and organizes them across the top in the header thingy, like a logo here, menu here, and then that other stuff on the right side. Oh yeah, this is how it looks like without display flex. Okay, so it looks terrible so far, but then with display flex, boom, 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 boom. Okay, so that's a simple little nav bar. Now, once we make that's a great exercise for us to do because it's nice and easy. The next thing that would be very interesting to do is to make it modular. And we might have to go into these crazy thing called web components, which people made fun of and said sucked, but are now getting better, I think. So components are really nice because they're modular. You can slot them in and repeat them. That's what made React really popular. Their modular component-based design. Vue as well, and all the modern frameworks have these built in, as you can just like import a component, and in that way you're instantiating it and then just using it over and over again. So yeah, reusing code right here. Yeah, awesome. All right, I'm gonna stop babbling, and I'll see you guys next time, and girls and everybody in between and all around and upside down, and looking forward to animating DOM elements using JavaScript and CSS with you next time.